up, Sneaky Nation? Sneaky P here, back with all the news after week number 2 of our Columbus Aviators franchise, where the Aviators won their second division game of the season to improve to a 2-0 record, and our offense is killing it. Marcus Mariota threw for 6 touchdown passes, tied for second all-time in a single game in league history. He's definitely really coming into his own, and he's making it work with a lot of the new weapons that we provided him. Now, even though we got 6 touchdowns from him, a lot of that was actually provided by great plays from the receivers. I know Dexter McCluster broke away a few big plays, and even the rookie Curtis Harden made some big plays as well. Overall, we got to be very happy with the performance we're seeing from our offense to start the season. Defensively, on the other hand, we really dropped the ball last game. While our offense was getting a lot of big plays, our defense was giving up a lot of big plays. Now, we still got to win on the road, but that's what plagued us last year, is the fact that our defense would consistently give up very big plays to opposing teams while on the road. Home's a little bit different story. Our defense plays a lot better at home, and we do have a home game coming up next against the 2-0 Miami Dolphins. Now, after the first 2 weeks, we've been scoring a lot of points, and part of me wants to go ahead and try to make the sliders a little bit more difficult, but we've been playing with the same sliders since the beginning of, or since the end of last season, and we've kind of seen inconsistency with it. Like the last 2 games of the preseason, our offense struggled greatly. I don't know whether or not I need to chalk that up to the, oh man. I don't know whether or not I need to chalk that up to the backups playing or what exactly. But even at the end of last year, you know, we struggled on offense on some games, so I'm not going to adjust the sliders yet. I'm going to give it a third game. If we see similar results where our offense just seems overpowered, at that point we will start to make adjustments a little bit. But ultimately, I feel like the passing stats were realistic enough outside of the fact that we just made a lot of big plays. That's really all it came down to. So we'll give it another go against the Dolphins. If it's still a little bit too easy, then at that point we will make an adjustment. So we do need to make some changes here. Marcus Mariota, and if you look at his stats, he's actually rated out really well now. His overall is not all that high because of awareness, but everything outside deep accuracy is killing it. And we're just going to continue to work on deep accuracy. But overall, he would be rated a lot higher if it wasn't for his low awareness. Where's that at? 63 overall. I mean, that's a big factor in him being so far down the list. Bishop Sankey had another really good game, except for 2 late fumbles that could have very easily cost us the game. We're going to continue to improve his carrying here. Hopefully that's not an issue as we progress forward. Williamson, let's see, play recognition, why not? That seems like a good stat to improve there. And then we'll look at Chapman as well, and then Harden, because they're both available here. Chapman, let's just get his catching up. Let's make sure he's going to hold on to those balls, and then, giggity. And then we'll figure out the rest from there. And then Harden, his catching's fine. I can't get his release up. What could I work on here? Route running, maybe? Try that a little bit. Move him up to a 78 overall. Overall, the rookie wide receiver is looking very, very good, though. Let's move forward and see what we got. We can scout players now. Again, we're not really going to look into this too much. For now, we're just going to go down the list and scout everybody as first trait, and then use that to decide who to scout further. It's not looking like a great draft from the beginning of this. Now, that doesn't mean anything. Anything can change, obviously. But usually we see a lot more B+. All right, we got a string of them in a row there. So hopefully we're going to have a pretty solid draft here. That would definitely be ideal. And then we can make some decisions on what we need at the end of the season. Right now, I feel pretty comfortable with the team we have. And I feel comfortable long-term with a lot of our options as well. Obviously, that can change at any given moment. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But I'm pretty happy with what our team's been giving us to this point. And I'm excited about the future of this team, man. I really am. Again, offensively, our team looks incredible. Defensively, we could still make some improvements. Trade offers from McCourty. You know, last week, Dre Kirkpatrick really didn't have a great game for us. He is one of the cornerbacks that gave up a lot of big plays. So we're going to hold on to McCourty again. We'll see if things change. Obviously, Kirkpatrick had been playing a little bit better prior to that, but we'll see how it all plays out. Injuries. We might have an injury. Dexter McCluster is out for 3 weeks with an abdominal tear. This is a big loss for our Aviator team. We've seen how good he is. I mean, this guy has been making big plays for us consistently. Probably our biggest playmaker we have on our roster right now. And that could be a huge blow to us. You know, Sankey's not capable of making the plays that McCluster is out of the backfield in the receiving game, and neither is David Cobb. It is going to give Cobb a little more opportunity to get some carries, which I'm excited about, but, you know, overall, losing Dexter McCluster could put a huge notch in our offense because he definitely stepped up to the occasion and had a lot of very good games for us. Moving on, the rest of our team got the rest of our division got some losses, except for the Jaguars. They picked up a win. So we are holding strong with the division lead 2-0 right now, and we have a tiebreaker over the Jaguars and the Colts. Things are definitely looking good in that regard. Texans are 1-1 as well. Let's go ahead and check out the awards here, see what we got. And week 2, Cam Newton, 25 of 44, 290 yards, 3 passing touchdowns, and a rushing touchdown on 87 rushing yards there. His teammate Luke Kuechly, 17 tackles and an interception. Kirksey for the Browns, 12 tackles, a sack, an interception, a fumble forced, and a fumble recovered. What a monster game from him, making plays all over the field. And then Marcus Mariota tying for second in NFL history with 6 passing touchdowns, 403 yards. He did have 2 interceptions. Now, the 22 of 31 stat is kind of why I don't want to adjust the sliders yet. You know, that's really kind of a realistic thing enough. You know, he's definitely capable of having a game like that. It all just came on big plays, mostly made by the wide receivers. You know, Harden is a weapon. His speed is just phenomenal. We even saw him break away from the entire defense after a catch last game. And you know what? He's capable of making plays like that. So it's going to be interesting to see how the rest of the season plays off. Again, if we need to adjust the sliders afterwards, after this next game, we can do that. Let's go ahead and check out the Dolphins lineup here. They're 2-0 right now, and, you know, they're looking to take the next step for their franchise as well. So it's not going to be an easy game. We are at home, and we're a good home team, so I'm excited about that. Ryan Tannehill leading the way, only an 82 overall, really not making a whole lot of improvements lately. Matt Moore going to be his backup at running back, Damian Williams, and Mike James. So their running game really not all that strong right now. Owens is going to be a fullback. At wide receiver, they got Kenny Stills, Jarvis Landry, Greg Jennings, Devontae Parker, and Crosby Collins. So we're going to have to check out their injury report and everything like that. But, you know, again, their offense is really not looking all that great right now. We have yet to play a good defense this season, and we're going to have to see what the Dolphins are ready to throw at us. Their offensive line, not horrible right now. You know, it's a pretty solid offensive line that we're seeing. Not great on the right side, and that, again, is something we could potentially take advantage of. Cameron Wake and Earl Mitchell at left end. At right end, Adamaka Suh and Oliver Vernon. I mean, their backups along their defensive line are incredible. Then they have a rookie, Devin Harrington, out of Lambuth. 79 overall, and Jordan Miller, 72 overall. So there's your star rookie for him. Got to keep an eye on, especially considering he's paired up with Wake and Sue. I mean, that's huge. Hodges at left outside linebacker. Linsauna at middle linebacker with Nick Roach right outside linebacker. They got another rookie, Ivory McKay, here from Ohio State. So he's going to be returning to Ohio. He might have some fans at that stadium today. It'll be interesting to see how it turns out. Brent Grimes at cornerback with Bryce McCain, and Will Davis at free safety, Micah Hyde. At strong safety, they got Rashad Jones. So good playmaker there with Jones, but overall, this is another team, you know, we're really not seeing a whole lot of threats. We have yet to play a really good defensive team, and I don't really know that outside of the Dolphins' defensive line that they are considered that. You know, they don't have the greatest linebacking core. They don't have the greatest secondary. They definitely have some playmakers in both regards, but once again, this is another defense that I feel like our offense can present a lot of mismatches with. And I'm hoping the Aviators show up and, you know, start the season off right. Going to 3-0 would definitely be huge. We need to see our defense step up more than we did last week. You know, the Dolphins' offense isn't nearly as high-powered as we saw with the Colts, but anything could happen. Oh, I meant to check their injuries. Let's do that really quick. See who they are missing, if anybody. Who knows? Dolphins. All right, so they're missing Koamisi. That's a huge loss for them. They're missing Jordan Cameron again. That's another big loss. And then Dre Parker. So a few big losses there for this team. And is Dre Parker... Hold on. Is he a rookie? Or am I just silly? I might just be silly. Let's check it out, though, because that would make some sense. Or I could just be completely wrong. wouldn't be the first time. Here we go. Dre Parker. Yep, he is a rookie from Indiana State, so that's a pretty big blow to them as well, as he would have been their starting running back. Went to the same college as Larry Legend. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please smash that like button. It helps me out a lot. And I will see you guys in week 3 as we get ready to take on the Miami Dolphins. Later.